So MINAM, Oregon was like most rural communities back in the day. It was a logging community, sheep herders, ranchers. MINAM used to have a sawmill. It was once a thriving small community with multiple stores, motels, and houses filling the benches. Slowly, MINAM, in the 1950s, the last mill shut down. And so there's always been a MINAM store since 1907 or so. There's always been a MINAM store at MINAM, serving whatever needs the surrounding community needed.
What we offer now is people come in and sign up for their shuttles to have their vehicles transported from MINAM to their takeout location. We offer our raft rentals for the Wallowa Grande Ronde, and they'll come in, get signed up. We'll get them outfitted with the proper equipment they need with the boat rental. The other things we offer is a fly shop with rods, reels, line, leader, tippet, flies, of course.
My wife and I have probably been on this trip 5 or 6 different times with Grant. We first learned about it through an article in Northwest Fly Fishing magazine, and just took a shot and booked our first trip. It was a July trip for the stonefly hatch, and we just had a fantastic time. Really enjoyed the river, the wildness. Grant and Lottie both did a wonderful job setting the trip up and guiding us down the river. And we subsequently have taken other trips with them as well, both in July and then also the fall trip as well for steelhead and bull trout, which is a little different type of a trip because of the weather and the fishing. And both are very, very enjoyable. We really appreciate the job that both Lottie and Grant do. Of course, on the river, Grant does a great job of taking care of his guests. He's an excellent fishing guide, and the scenery in this area is just phenomenal.
So if we were to put the rivers in ranking, I think to start out a family, Wallowa Grande Ronde, you can't beat exposing your kid to a 3-day, 2-night experience on the river. It's a splash and giggle trip. It's fun, but not such big whitewater that you're scared. And the guides, if you get to be on a guided trip, we'll make sure that you are taken care of and that your kids are safe. We provide the proper PFD equipment that will fit the kids, so parents don't have to worry safety-wise. Our guides are trained in whitewater safety, which is important for us. We also provide a safety talk at the beginning of every trip, which is important for everybody to know that it is a fun experience, but safety is top priority. And having 5 boys is important that everybody has the basis of that the guides are experienced and knowledged, and that the well-being of the family is there.
I have 2 favorite parts of these trips. The first is just being outside for 4 days, which I love, and being out of cell service, out of connectivity. It's pretty amazing. There aren't very many places left where that's the case. So I love just being away. I feel more relaxed and away and on vacation here than almost anywhere. The second favorite thing for me, maybe a tie, is catching the fish. It's just a blast. It's so much fun and so unlike anything I've done previously in my life. I recommend this trip for anybody. My husband doesn't fish. He loves to sit in the back of the boat and read a book and read a newspaper and watch nature go by while I'm up front having a great time. So he loves it. I think beginning fishermen absolutely should come along and not feel intimidated because the guides love to teach. It's kind of why they're doing what they do. But then again, if you're a super experienced fisherman, the guides know when to sit back and just take you to the places where they know the fish are hanging out.
The Wallowa and Grande Ronde is probably Northeast Oregon's best trout fishery. The Wallowa and Grande Ronde is a blue ribbon fishery, trout fishery, period. It's hard to beat the quality of the fishing, but you throw in a 40-mile wild and scenic canyon into that, throw in the great equipment, great food, hard to beat a trip like that.